mean, coming into this basketball game, and I've known Coach Mudge a long time, I was really concerned about just the physical nature at which they guard the ball and how they rebound. And I told the guys in the locker room, like, they did get 12 offensive rebounds, and they had like maybe 3 or 4 on one possession. So not completely the whole story, but when they started 10 in the game, and he's a good offensive rebounder, I knew we were in for a real physical game. But I was thrilled with our composure, the way we handled their pressure, the way we passed the ball. I thought we moved it, and I thought we played a more complete game on both sides, defensively and offensively. So just really thrilled with the full 40 minutes of activity we got, and proud of the growth of our team.
You've said before you're not worried about Pop Shot. They were going to fall eventually, and we've talked about he's affected the game without it kind of happening for him. But is that maybe not the missing piece, but is that like part of a key of kind of unlocking the offense to another level where he is hitting at that kind of level?
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, what it's got to be for him is he's got to think shot. Like, he can't think, make a play. He's got to think shot and then let the rest of it come off of that. And that's where I think he's finding that balance. Like, when he's open, he's shooting them. But he's also allowing us to get paint touches before he's firing one of them. So you always got to think shot, so they have to guard you. But you got to find that way and that balance of getting other people involved and then shooting the right ones. And that's what I thought he did tonight. I mean, he shot one early when the ball didn't go to the paint against the zone. But other than that, I thought they were great looks. Thought he shot them in the flow of the offense and gave us a chance to attack the basket first. And then once you make a few, then the game opens up and you can take threes kind of at liberty. But, yeah, I thought his composure tonight and his decision-making was, I mean, just his ability to stop and make the right decision was really improved.
We talked last week about you've had some of these home games where you get out to these big leads and they kind of shrink away a little bit. How big was it for you to not just keep it, but expand on it late like you guys did?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I lost my voice. I mean, it was just like every time out, it was like, oh, no, man, the engaged competitiveness that it's going to take to win in the Big 12 has to be an every possession mentality. Can't take a possession off. Cannot. And it's got to be executed at a level that is about winning in the little details. And so really that was just how do we stay engaged. And I thought our energy was solid defensively. We got messed up on some ball screen coverages, but I thought our nose for the basketball and ability to continue to improve over the course of the game and then get out in transition and put pressure on them that way was what ultimately opened the game up.
No Drew tonight. What's his status with the program right now?
Yeah, Drew, we love him. He stepped away from the team for family reasons and still a part of our team, and we welcome him back whenever he's ready.
Coach, there was that time where you had that timeout where you came out on the court and you were aggressively going up to your team and calling them, trying to bring them to you and you were a little more aggressive than you have been on some timeouts before. What are you seeing from them? Is it a tentativeness that you want to stamp out before it becomes, or just some sort of thing that you saw that you wanted to quit before it became a bigger thing?
We all know there's an urgency that you play the game with when it's a one-possession game and the score's tied with 30 seconds left. And you're just going to have an attentiveness, and the energy in the building is going to be at a level. Well, when you're up 25, the energy in the building may not be at that level, but that doesn't mean that you can play the game to measure it. You don't measure it, you attack it. So I just want our mentality to be like, we're going to play every possession like it's the last possession that you get to play. That's it. And that's just the growth that I wanted to see from our team during that timeout.
With that, you had 5 players that had 27 minutes or more. Can this team have that much play? Have that much depending on that few players as you approach Big 12 play?
I mean, I've played 4 guys 40 minutes, and one guy 28, one guy 12. So, yeah, I mean, over the course of the game, different games require different things. What we'd like to do is find some depth, but I would think those are good numbers for us.
Could you talk a little bit about your zone offense?
Yeah, I mean, we've had one of the best zone offenses in the country. I mean, we're averaging, well over a point per possession. And tonight, give them credit because they run this three-quarter court press back to a man, then they were running it back in the zone. And that's one of the threes that we took that we didn't get a paint touch first. And then we got confused a couple times whether they were in man or zone. So you got to have somebody in the middle of it to attack it. And a couple of times we didn't have anybody in the middle because we thought they were in man, and it took us half the possession. And that's where I've got to do a better job as a coach of helping our guys recognize what they're in. But give much credit in Sam Houston. I thought that change up deep into the second half really got us on our heels and caused us some confusion.
And Sam Houston entered this game averaging 19 points per game off of turnovers. Tonight, only 3. Was that a high point of emphasis for you coming into this game?
Yeah, I mean, we've played them a lot and have a tremendous amount of respect for them. It's their ball pressure and their activity on the ball really causes problems. Like Joe turned it over one time, handling the ball in the middle of the floor. I mean, you really got to attack them to get them on their heels. You can't let them put you on your heels. And I thought early in the game, our ability to take care of the basketball but also put pressure on the rim was really important.